high-end homebuyers will have plenty to choose from in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but not all of those communities offer a quality education. In fact, plenty of them won't. I mean, you can buy $1 million home with $1 million view all day long, but you need to know where the best schools are located if you want your kiddos' education to match. Well, hello, this is Wendy Pennell, and there are beautiful, affluent communities throughout the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So how are you going to make a choice? Well, there are a few things we recommend to our clients. Okay, first of all, before we even think about schools, we recommend you not buy super high above the median list price. Okay, you do not want to be the $2 million homeowner in a neighborhood surrounded by $500,000 homes. Okay, what you want instead, okay, is for your home to be surrounded by nicer homes, bringing your home up in value. Okay, now once we've checked that off the list, now we're going to start thinking about schools. All right, now whether you have school-age children or not, school ratings matter because they affect property values. Okay, now if you're with me so far, you're probably wondering, what metrics do we even use to decide what a top school is? Well, each year, the Texas Education Agency releases their ratings of school districts, okay? Our approach is to then take those ratings and put them up next to greatschools.org, okay? Now, Great Schools evaluates both the school district as a whole, right? But it also evaluates schools individually. Okay, so what are we looking for? Well, ideally, we want to see schools with an A rating by the TEA. From greatschools.org, we want to see school districts that have 8 out of 10 or higher reviews, and we want to pay special attention to the above average summary ratings. Beginning in Collin County, you're going to find Lovejoy ISD lines up with the beautiful community of Lucas, okay? You'll find Lucas just west of Allen, okay? So it's not all that far from the action, but it still has this rural feel with huge trees and oversized lots. So when you think of Lucas, okay, think of a private, quiet country feeling that is completely unlike the crowded traffic that you're gonna run into, like everywhere else in Collin County. The median sales price here, $1,050,000, okay? If you look at closed sales, literally every one of them have acreage, all right? So, the whole master plan community where everyone has small yards, lots of playgrounds and pools, okay, that's not what you're gonna find here, okay? Instead, you're gonna have a lot of space from your neighbors and you're gonna feel close to nature. There's not a lot of shopping here, okay? And also not a lot of traffic, right? The population is 8,750 people with a population density of only 569 people per square mile, okay? Now, you might be wondering, Wendy, hey, how country is country? Well, you'll be pleased to know that on the western side of Lucas, okay, you've got a Walmart, it's just a few minutes away, like on Angel Road and Lucas Road, okay? They also have a smattering of restaurants, including Jersey Mike's, Chipotle, Starbucks, okay? Now, if you want a bigger selection of shopping, or entertainment, you're gonna find yourself around 15 to 20 minutes from any major highway. Now, you can find some new construction in Lucas, okay, especially in their Lakeview Downs subdivision. But even their new construction, okay, even that is on acreage, okay? Now, that being said, Lakeview Downs is in the McKinney and Princeton school districts, which don't have nearly the high ratings that Lovejoy does, okay? So if you're looking for both top school ratings and new construction, Lucas is probably not gonna be the best fit for finding those both together. Now, speaking of which, okay, just in general, you want to be mindful that some areas of Lucas are going to be in Princeton and McKinney ISD, okay? So those school districts, again, they don't have nearly the ratings that Lovejoy does, okay? When doing a home search, this is why it's always important to include the city as well as the school district, okay, to make sure you're ending up in that better district. Now, Lovejoy tops out the school scores in Collin County, okay? It's rated A by the Texas Education Agency, okay, with their above average students coming in at 100%. It has entirely 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 ratings, okay? Now that is a high bar, and it really does make Lucas a fantastic place to consider. All right, so when you're thinking of Lucas, okay, so when you think Lucas, obviously you're gonna think about those ratings, right? Those are great, but I also want you to think about like quiet, private country living. Moving west and slightly south, you'll find the next suburb in Collin County, which is Parker, okay? Now, Parker doesn't have its own school district, but it is in the A-rated Allen School District, okay? Now, this is another time that you would want to be sure to do city as well as school district search, right? Because some Parker students also attend Plano ISD. And again, it's not that Plano is a bad school district, okay? But it doesn't have as high of ratings that Allen does. Now, Parker is almost a twin of Lucas, which is a great thing because they're both so small. The median sales price here in Parker is $1,087,000. Now, Parker has a population of 6,471, low population density again, okay, 762 people per square mile. And in Parker, again, you're gonna find all of the homes for sale are on acreage, right? Now, you're not gonna find volume in terms of homes for sale. There were only 19 homes listed, okay? And of those homes, 3 were new construction. Okay, so both are beautiful rural communities, with Lucas being closer to the lake of the two, right? They're sandwiched with tons of green space in the middle, okay? These are communities that most people have never heard of, right? And I would guess, that residents probably kind of like it that way. You can go from country life to city life in about 10 minutes in Parker, okay? It'll take you that long to get to Highway 75 with all the shopping you have there. Now, school-wise, okay, we're gonna be focusing on Allen ISD. Now, something you should know about Allen ISD is it only has one high school. That makes for one very large school when it covers both Allen and Parker, right? But it also makes for incredible sports teams, okay? That is a ton of talent condensed, into one football team, one basketball team, and so on, right? Now, score-wise, Allen is impressive, okay? They scored an A with the Texas Education Agency, and 83% of their students scored above average. 80% of Allen's elementary schools scored 8 out of 10s or higher, along with 60% of their middle schools and their one high school. So when you think about Parker, okay, think of that same rural living that you'll find in Lucas, right? But realize that students will attend the huge Allen High School with excellent sports. But if your kiddo's not an all-star, the competition is fierce and they may end up sitting on the bench the whole season. Moving on to Dallas County, we're also going to move away from country living and into a decidedly urban feel. Both Highland Park and University Park topped our list in Dallas County, okay? The two are just 6 minutes apart, and they're considered to be collectively, what you would call within, the park cities. If you started at downtown Dallas and headed almost directly north, it would take you around 25 minutes to get there, okay? Now, both are older, with an occasional new home mixed into, an established neighborhood. The median sales price in Highland Park is $3,603,000. Now, Highland Park is a very small section of just 2.2 square miles with a population of 8,540, which adds up to a somewhat high population density of 3,807. And can I just say, yeah, the traffic shows it, okay? I mean, it has some really nice upscale shopping, right? But the traffic and congestion is just unreal. Now, the residential part of it doesn't feel packed in like that though, okay? So you don't get that crowded feeling there. 5 out of 24 of the homes had at least a half acre. So you have some small cottage-like homes mixed in with huge, stately homes on huge lots. Now, University Park, okay, it's very close to the SMU College campus, and it has a really old world, very stately feel to it, okay? Beautiful architecture, okay? It makes for just a really fun drive, just looking at all the unique homes. Now, you're gonna have plenty of upscale shopping here as well, but just like with Highland Park, the traffic is ridiculous. The median sales price in University Park is $2,835,000. University Park has a population of 24,480 and is even more densely populated than Highland Park at 6,642 people per square mile. It's similarly small at 3.7 square miles. So to the extent that Parker and Lucas had green space sandwiched between them, Highland Park and University Park are themselves sandwiched within Dallas, okay? So these cities are gonna have a completely different feel to them than Parker and Lucas, okay? We're talking night and day. Now, school ratings wise, both cities attend Highland Park ISD, okay? That one is A-rated by the TEA. 100% of their students rate above average, okay? 71% of their elementary schools rate 8 out of 10s or higher, along with 100% of the middle and high schools. So when you think Highland and University Park, think established and stately, okay, with lots of shopping and all the traffic that goes with it. Moving on to Tarrant County, let's talk about Carroll ISD and Southlake. Now, if you can find Grapevine Lake, okay, you're gonna see that Southlake is just to the south of it, okay? So, south of the lake, makes sense. To the extent that Parker and Lucas were very rural, and Highland and University Park were more urban, okay? Southlake sort of combines the two, okay? Of the 84 homes it has for sale right now, 43 of those have at least half acre. It also has plenty of zero lot line, massive homes and master plan communities. Although like those master plan communities, they're not gonna have like those brightly lit, gaudy playgrounds, okay? It's more like a country club type environment. Now, Southlake is established, okay? So you're gonna find plenty of mature trees, and really all of the suburbs we've looked at today, okay? They're all very established. They're all gonna have gorgeous mature trees. The median sales price in Southlake is $1,250,000. Southlake has a population of around 30,794 people, and that brings you to like a population density of 1,410. Now, compare that to the population density of 6,642 in University Park, okay, and you're gonna get an idea of that different feeling. Now, Southlake is situated close to the highway, okay, it's also somewhat close to the airport, and it has some pretty nice shopping, okay? So when I say it combines the other four, it really does so in a very tasteful way. Now, around the shopping, the highway areas, you can get backed up by traffic, right? But you don't really see that traffic in the residential part, okay? Now, it has 14 new construction homes out of 84 total homes for sale, so you can find at least a little bit, okay, of new construction to look at. Finally, let's talk about Westlake, okay? Now, as you might imagine, Westlake is slightly west of Grapevine Lake, right? Westlake is our most affluent community, okay? It has a median sales price of $5,475,000. Now, the population is 1,753 with a population density of just 261 people per square mile. Now, about half of the homes for sale in Westlake are new construction, okay? So this is an area where you could find some beautiful new construction on acreage. Now, Westlake is similar to Lucas and Parker, okay, only it's more affluent, okay, it's more elite. Like, privacy is really important, okay, so most of the neighborhoods are gonna be gated with security guards. This isn't really like what you would call like this welcoming community, right, where strangers are greeted with open arms. It's not really like that. Most of the homes in Westlake are gonna be at least a third of an acre, okay? There's a lot of open, undeveloped land in Westlake. You're situated fairly close to Highway 114, but you're not gonna find much in the way of shopping here, okay? So, because, for that, people really head into Southlake. Many of the communities have amazing HOAs that maintain all the front yards, okay? So there's this beautiful uniformity to the neighborhoods. They also have some beautiful parks in Westlake, okay? Their Glenwick Park leads into a paved walking trail that actually extends for 15 miles throughout the city. On the school side, Westlake and Southlake are both part of the Carroll ISD. Now, Carroll ISD is rated an A by the Texas Education Agency, and 100% of their students rate as above average, okay? 100% of their elementary and middle schools rate 8 out of 10s or higher. They have 2 high schools with one rating a 10 out of 10 and one rating a 7 out of 10. Now, Westlake also has its own private charter school called Westlake Academy, which is rated an A by the Texas Education Agency, and 100% of the students score above average. It's just one school scoring a 9 out of 10. So for Westlake, you have the one school within Westlake, but a lot of the students attend Carroll ISD. So of the 6, okay, you have 3 that have like a really highly rural feel, okay? Then you have 2 that are just completely urban, situated just smack dab in the middle of Dallas, right? And then you have 1 that sort of bridges the gap, okay? It has both a bit of a rural feel, but it also has shopping. So all of them have the median sales price above $1 million, which is a great fit for some of you, okay? But I do understand that it's not for everyone. So if you're looking for great schools more in a lower price range, no worries. I created a video just for you that you can watch right here. In the meantime, Wendy out.